I want you to take a 6 months job in Subway. By this time, I was about 17. By this time, I want you to just focus on that and you'll be all right. And then from there on, you can make a decision whether you want to go to uni or not. That was the best decision I have ever made. Well, it was made on my behalf in a way. So it was suggested to me. And so I was playing with so much cultural expectation, family expectation, and I was written off completely. It sounds crazy to say it this way, but I was, and I can tell you, it was told to my face. I started working in Subway, and my first interview, I had no work experience. I just arrived, I don't know nothing. I remember when I got to the interview, there was 2 people ahead of me, and for me, all I had on my resume was my name, the reference of the work skill person, and the year 10. What is it called? The placement thing you do in year 10. I don't know this time. Work experience. Yes, that's all I had. And so the owner looked at me and said, "Oh, do you have any other thing?" No, I don't. All I could do was I tried to look my best, and then I put on a huge smile, and I'm like, "No, nothing at all. Oh, what about this? No, nothing at all." But I could hear the few people that were interviewed before me, they had so much experience. So I had no chance. By the time I got home, I got a phone call. And the person said, "No, you got the job. I want you to come and take the job." I was like, "What?" They couldn't wait. They could not wait to give me the job. I was wondering, what was it? Was it my experience? What was it? I didn't have none. He said to me that I had a smile that lit up the room. And because of that smile, that's what he needed in his work. Because it's a customer service work. If you're talking about skills, you can gain skill, but I can't teach you personality. I can't teach you personality. That's what he said to me. Because the 2 people interviewed had all the experience in the world, but he could not do anything with them because their personality would turn off people. I worked there. He taught me straight from the beginning. He had different places, and I remember he said to me right in the middle when I started. He said, "I've made a really good decision." I remember him saying that. This for me was such a game changer. I remember in all of this, I'm a loser. Remember, I just finished year 12, I'm a loser. Everybody has written me off at this point. This man is telling me, "Your personality is so great and I'm giving you a job." This meant the world to me. And I excelled in that place. I was there for maybe roughly 2 years. Eventually, I was put on the newspaper in terms of, I don't know, because Subway is, what do you call it, an enterprise? No, not an enterprise. Franchise? Yeah, franchise. Thank you. You've been a very good assistant today. Thank you. It's a franchise. So they were putting me in their newspaper, and because I had made this sandwich, no, it wasn't a sandwich, it was a salad bowl at the time. And this person, it wasn't because of the salad. I don't think so. She mentioned to them that there's something infectious about my smile and my personality that made her believe that salad bowl was so good, the best one they've ever tasted. I was just sitting there like, yeah, I didn't make anything different because it's the same recipe everywhere and it's the same quantity everywhere, but it was made with love. And those were my beginnings. I learned so much about efficiency. I learned so much about how to respect people. and how to increase in my personality or how to cultivate that. From there on, that's when I was able to make a decision about studying counseling. How many of you know that? How many of you have studied before? Certificates, whatever it is. Degrees. How many? I think almost everyone here would have studied to some extent, right? How many of you know that you most likely, most of the time, you actually don't go and study something and become good at it. You're actually gifted already, and you actually go to uni to perfect that. You may not know it at the time, but the first part, like, it was already actually gifted to you by God. You were created with whatever it is, and then you go to uni or whatever else to perfect it. That's what it was like for me. I started studying counseling, and then I decided I went to uni, and then it went on from there on and did a master's program, which is which was a lot. But from there on, I was able to complete a lot of just a lot of different various things in my life, because I was given a lot of opportunities by different people. I really thank God for every single mentor that I actually met along the way. From there on, I went into a career. I've been in social work industry for more than 10 years now. It's been the most amazing thing. It's been incredible. I've had so many perks. I've had so many different things. So just right before I started, almost near to the end of my story, but I wanted to mention three things. Just before I finished my undergraduate, I did a lot of volunteering. Even before that, from ever since I was probably 17 onwards. Even when I have a job, I always volunteer, I always try different things and network, which has been the key to everything. By the time I finished my bachelor, I was offered a position at a university as a research assistant. If you know what a research assistant does, they usually just does all the legwork, and the doctors write all these put the data together and write. They thought I was so hardworking that they decided to put me as one of the authors in academic book. I was like, "Ooh, I am published by Taylor and Francis." Wow, that was the most amazing thing in my life, because I felt like somebody acknowledged the hard work that I had done, and I wasn't even meant to be there. I was so far. It's all been a story of resilience. It's all been a story of hard work. It's all been a story um, of finding peace, finding freedom in various aspects of my life. I believe that when you find freedom in this, you can look and actually find freedom in somewhere else. Because as you're coming as a refugee, there are so many generational patterns that we need to break. Because it could be family, could be being the first person getting a degree, it could be so many other things. Finding freedom in each and every aspect of your life. I have been able to do that, and I'm continuing this journey. So, as I'm continuing this journey, my next step was to utilize all the knowledge I've learned in the last over 10 years, I guess, in this job. And I created a business called Nomlao. Nomlao is a Dinka word, means free mind. I support young people, one-on-one coaching, do workshop, speaking engagements such as today. And it's actually derived from the first story I was telling you about, which was in the book of Exodus about freeing people's minds. When your mind is free, you are able to have a fulfilling life. That is what Nomlao stands for. I have a very wonderful career, thank God for the mentorship that I've had in my life. Last words, resilience is more than just about surviving. It's not just surviving, it's more than that. It's about thriving despite the odds. It's about finding strength in adversity and using it to propel yourself forward. My journey is a testament to the power of resilience and the impact it can have on one's life. Thank you so much for listening to the story. I hope it inspires you to embrace resilience in your own lives and to recognize the strength within to overcome any challenge. Remember, if you can survive the war, you can survive all this crazy stuff and overcome. Or even making the best sandwich, you can conquer anything. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it and looking forward to seeing the rest of the speakers and also the music. Thank you.
Thank you for other guests who have joined us as we progress with today's event, Finding Freedom. And thank you, Awit. You have inspired me. I've learned a lot from your journey, where you started, where you are, and where you are heading. We are so grateful, and we are lucky as an Africa Community Council to have you within us. At this point, I've been joined as well with other guests, Dr. Ilma from Department of Correctional Services. Will come here as well to share some few tips, the way you navigate and where it is. She will get her opportunity as well. I think Dr. Ilma will take that opportunity to introduce his team who has joined us tonight. And Uduma will get a special opportunity as well to share a little bit about this journey later on after when Dr. Ilma finish, and as well Mr. Uduma will join us later with the rest of the team for panel discussion as we move forward. Dr. welcome. Welcome.
All right. Thank you, everyone. You can hear me? I'm doing just a little bit of African talk because I'm a bit disorganized. I wasn't that prepared, but I will try my best, okay? But I got my notes here.